Apologize for that. We got the technical difficulties underway, and we're underway with one out in the top of the first. Alex Perkins already with a strikeout, and hey, he has allowed a single as well to Keegan Judd. Here's the lefty, Tyler Hiwassee. Takes the first pitch down low, ball one. Really is a beautiful day for baseball between these two teams, two NCCAA foes. Hiwassee College not sponsored by the NAIA as of yet. They're having a good season, though, at 23-17, 5-2 in their conference. Perkins, the freshman, taking a look at second. Kicks and fires. Check swing and a high pitch. Did he go? On the appeal, yes. Strike one. Count evens out a ball and a strike. Not that many fans here today. Some Hiwassee fans making the trip out. And, folks, you're missing it if you're not here. Just a few clouds in the sky and a little bit of wind flowing out towards left field. Here's Hiwassee batting left-handed. One ball, one strike, one out. Pitch. Swung on and popped up left side. Jackson going to try to chase it, but it'll go out of play quickly. So the count stays up to 1 ball and 2 strikes. So Hiwassee College playing a few teams from the AAC, and actually to start out the year, they took a series away from Truett McConnell, a team that beat Bluefield in 2 of 3 games down in Alpine, Georgia. Ball and 2 strikes. Runner at second is Judd. He got there on a steal after his infield single. Perkins looking, fires. Runner going as that one is belted on the left field line and foul. And it is so quiet that Mike White, you can hear him yelling at his shortstop to try to cover back at second base. Judd was on his way to third. Ball and 2 strikes, 1 out. Picturesque day for baseball here in the 2 Virginias. You know, they used to say that the border went right down the middle of the field, but that's a myth. It's just Virginia. Another 1-2. Swung on and hit high in the air out to left field. McGee backpedaling. He'll settle down to make the catch in that blue jersey. Judd will go back to second base, and now there are 2 outs. Here comes Hogan Townsend. He's hitting .431 on the year, making his 15th start for the Tigers. Got 2 homers and 13 RBIs. Steps in right side. Perkins already with a strikeout. And that first single, you couldn't see it because our broadcast was kind of messing up, but it was a little bumper down the first baseline. First pitch to Townsend. He ducks it, gets all the way back to the backstop with a wild pitch, brings Judd to third. So 1 ball, no strikes. And going back to that little grounder from Keegan Judd, it rolled to Oscar Torres. Perkins didn't get there fast enough. Rams going with the blue jerseys and the white pants today, same as yesterday in their 10-9 win over Emory and Henry. That game got a little bit ugly. Rams gave up 5 runs in 1 inning. The 1-0. Swinging a pop-up foul, slicing right side out of play. Who's in the field right now as that ball makes a loud thud? Here's Marcus Espinal at third, Castro and Perez in the middle of the infield. Oscar Torres making another start at first. In the outfield, McGee, and in center, Ackerman. Then in right field, the freshman Nick Meadows. 1-1 to Townsend. Swung on, popped up down the first base line. That ball staying up in the air forever, and Torres can't make the catch. Well, he is just bending over right near that foul line, and he should have had that ball. It just stayed up. There's not a lot of wind, and he didn't think he had enough space to get it. So a ball and 2 strikes, 2 outs. Perkins trying to get out of this inning. A runner over at third. Judd on with a single. Sutton with a strikeout, and Hiwassee flew out to left. Big lead for Judd at third. The 1-2 to Townsend. Swung on, hit high in the air out to left center. Ackerman racing towards his right, and he'll make the catch confidently. So no runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 man left on base. Rams coming to bat, coming up against Bryson Morgan for Hiwassee College. Still no score at Bluefield. Bluefield, everyone. Castro will lead it off in the bottom of the first, still scoreless between the Rams and the Hiwassee College Tigers here on the Rams Digital Sports Network. Bryson Morgan with the ball in his left hand, ready to go. First pitch. Castro shows butt and lays off a fastball high and away. Castro third on the team with a .389 average after starting out for the first half of the year batting over 400. And a homer and 16 RBIs. Next pitch, a changeup that goes across the zone, strike one. Morgan looking out of his glove and then stepping off. Hiwassee College coming from Tennessee so far in the year 23-17. 1-1. Swung on and belted right to the second baseman Townsend, and that is it for Bailey Castro, at least in the bottom of the first. So still no score. Hiwassee College left a runner on there in the third inning, or in the top of the first and third. Here comes Jose Perez. Well, coming into last weekend, Jose Perez was the #1 hitter in the entire NAIA, and since then he has dropped down to 5th. Batting left-handed. First pitch. Swung on and drilled right up the middle. A little flare for Jose Perez. Must have heard me in here as he is now on with a single. So that'll already boost his good average at .474. He has no homers and 31 RBIs on the year. 12 stolen bases for Bluefield. Here's Josh McGee. Josh hit his 13th home run of the season yesterday, an absolute belt out in left field. That's a 2-run bomb, now has 50 RBIs on his season. Pitch. Fastball high and away. Of course, McGee playing at his first year at Bluefield College. Been around the entire South playing baseball, and talking to him over the weekend, he is finally settled. 1-0. Runner goes, now on a rundown. Perez diving. He's out.
Good job, Joe.
Bryson Morgan saw that from a mile away, slung it over to Hiwassee and then over to short to Buck. Good tag laid down, and now the bases are cleared with 2 outs. So after the 1-3-6, McGee is now in a 1-1 count. Pitch. Swing and a miss. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Rare base running mistake for Jose Perez, but Mike White already rolling the dice in the first inning. Still no score. Now the pitch from Morgan. Swung on and fouled straight back. The count remains 1 ball, 2 strikes. So McGee with all that power on the right side, has got that hefty swing, and if you hang one right over the plate, he's going to drill it. Been slumping a little bit, but boy, with 13 home runs and 50 RBIs, he's already made his stand. With the wind blowing, the 1-2. Fastball way high, just goes right behind Rathbone, the catcher. Good time to tell you who's in the field for the Tigers. Cole at third, Buck over at shortstop, Hogan Townsend at second. Hiwassee gets the start at first base, while Sutton is in left, Judd in center, and Maroney in right. Rathbone completes the battery with Bryson Morgan. 2-2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3, and that is it for the bottom of the first. Rathbone didn't know that was the 3rd strike. And the Rams get no runs on 1 hit, no errors, and nobody left on base. 0-0 after an inning in the books at Bowen. The DH, Josh Watson, leads off the second inning here at Bowen Field. Still no score. Alex Perkins skips that first pitch in, a fastball low and away. Perkins has done a great job this year for Bluefield at a .497 ERA. Now the 1-1 turns into the 1-0 turns into the 1-1 as that pitch hits the outside corner. Just 1-5 on the year. Still needs some run support, but at 41 2/3, the 1-1. Fastball that goes right across the knee, strike two. 52 hits, 36 runs, 23 of them earned, 15 walks, and 39 strikeouts. Kick 1-2. Swung on, slapped hard on the ground, down the left field line. That's a fair ball. On his way to first, Josh Watson now stretching two. Relay there. Really slow. McGee had to chase it down, and Watson is on with a double. Second straight inning where Hiwassee College has a base runner on to start out the inning. That'll bring up Zach Cole. Talking with Bailey Castro the other day, the shortstop for the Bluefield College Rams, and he has a lot of confidence in Alex Perkins. Says of all the pitchers right now, Alex's stuff really is working. Pickoff move, tag, not in time. Watson didn't even dive back, but that was a good play by Perkins. Keeping Watson on his toes, still no score, no outs, a runner at second. Righty to righty. Pitch. Bunt laid down. Right back to Perkins. No one covering. Underhands Perez. He's out. Oscar Torres was charging in to try to cover the grounder, but Perez had to run, covering a lot of territory to cover that bag, and Zach Cole is out with the sacrifice. Watson goes to third with the wind blowing behind his back. Now stepping up to the plate, Brandon Buck. Hitting .320 on the year. No homers, 14 RBIs. Still no score with a runner at third and one out. First pitch is outside and low, ball one. Pitch. Swung on, ground ball, sneaking through the middle, and Watson will score from third. It's 1-0 Hiwassee. So the Tigers jumping on Alex Perkins so far in this game already have 3 hits and now their first run. So 1-0 on this picturesque afternoon for a doubleheader. Of course, playing just 2 7-inning games today. And stepping up to the plate, it will be Tyler Maroney. 1-0 Hiwassee, a runner at first and one gone. Perkins nodding the pitch. Fastball high and away. So Buck, the sophomore from Lafayette, Georgia, brings in the designated hitter. And Tyler Maroney, the redshirt senior from Ringgold, Georgia, will try to get this going. Ball and no strikes. Perkins looking over his shoulder. The freshman deals. Swinging a foul back. And the count rises to a ball and 2 strikes. Maroney hitting .288, making his 23rd start in a Hiwassee uniform this year. 2 homers, 10 RBIs. One. Fastball low and away. Shane Gardner, the head coach of Hiwassee College, getting along with Mike White very well. 2-1. Fastball high and away. So 3 balls, 1 strike. Solid breeze blowing here, just around 68 degrees. Getting a little bit colder, though, in the mountains with the wind rolling through. Runner at first and one out. 3-1. He goes. Check swing high. Jackson trying to throw it down, but it'll be ball 4 anyway, as Maroney will get to first. So the 1-0 lead. Perkins taking a look at that runner at second base. Here's Chase Rathbone, the catcher. So Chase Rathbone's dad rocking around the concourse at Bowen Field, the catcher from Whitville, Virginia, so not playing too far away from his hometown. Went to Fort Chiswell High School, just at 5'9", kind of a short catcher, stepping up on the right side, wearing number 1. Perkins taking a long look, deals, and a fastball is high. Now Rathbone stepped out. Not 100% sure if they wanted that pitch to count, so this is either the 1-0 or the 0-0. Pitch. Taken on the outside corner, another fastball from Perkins. Busy week here in the two Virginias. Coppinger tournament, that high school tournament played right here at Bowen Field. That's coming up right after this. 2 men on for Hiwassee with a 1-0 lead. Pitch. Swing and a miss. There's strike 2. So it is no balls, 2 strikes. Rathbone called time on that first pitch. No balls, 2 strikes. Buck at second, Maroney at first. The deal. Fouled away right behind home plate. So Rathbone coming from Whitville, just about 45 minutes down 77. Taking that to get right back to Roanoke. A couple of Southwest Virginia guys. The 0-2. Fastball flying high and away. There's the first ball. Perkins out there, the pitcher playing with his high school teammate in right. Both of them Christiansburg Blue Demons. Saw Zach Shepard pitch yesterday for Emory and Henry, another Christiansburg guy. 2 runners on, a pitch. Fastball wasted outside and low again. Evens the count at 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 1 out. Hiwassee wearing the black jerseys with that paw print on the front. Both the paw print and the numbers on the back in this garnet color of a dark maroon. 2-2 from Perkins. Fouled away again. He tried to send a high fastball on a ride and tips it away, so Rathbone stays alive. Inning started off with a double from Josh Watson, then a sacrifice pushed Watson over to third from Zach Cole. And after that, an RBI single from Brandon Buck, and Tyler Maroney on at first with a walk. Just in the top of the second inning. Perkins looking around. He's got that new glove. The pitch, runners going. Fastball outside. Throw to third. Tag. Got him. Good play by Jordan Jackson, seeing Brandon Buck from a mile away, and Marcus Espinal laid down a solid tag. Meanwhile, that pitch was outside and low. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Full count. Runner at second. 1-0 the score. Hiwassee already putting a run on. This tends to happen in some of Perkins' starts. Bluefield's bats just have to come alive. Now the payoff. Swung on and a weak pop-up right side of the infield, and Oscar Torres will squeeze the glove to make the catch for the final out. Run scores on 2 hits, no errors, and 1 man left on base. It's 1-0 Hiwassee headed to the bottom of the second. Beautiful yet quiet day for baseball in the two Virginias. Game one of a doubleheader between Hiwassee and Bluefield College. Tigers able to score a run there in the top of the second as the clouds are rolling right to left over that mountainous backdrop. Here's the cleanup man for Bluefield, Marcus Espinal, set to play against Bryson Morgan here. Now the lefty starts the motion and pitches. Fastball outside. Espinal's became a staple in that cleanup spot, now hitting .291, 3 homers and 30 RBIs. Morgan steps back and offers. Swinging a foul tip off the glove. Count is at 1 ball, 1 strike. Espinal awaits. Now the pitch. And the third baseman watches a fastball go high. Actually, at 1 ball, 2 strikes. Espinal awaits. Pitch. Swung on. Bouncer on the second base side. Good snag there by Townsend. Throw to first in time, and Espinal is retired. Townsend already with a few plays here. Now here's Jordan Jackson, the catcher from New Jersey. .298 hitter on the season, 6 home runs and 26 RBIs. Those 6 home runs actually second on the team as compared to Josh McGee, who has 13. Pitch. Swung on, hard hit grounder straight at Hogan. Townsend again at second, no. He'll just rocket to first in time for the second out. Rams can't get anything going on the right side of the infield, and Oscar Torres will try it now. Torres hitting .325. He's got 34 RBIs to go with a duo of homers on the year. Batting with number 13 on his back on the right side of the plate. First pitch is a curveball low and in. One ball, no strikes pitch. Torres looks at a fastball dropping outside. 2 balls, no strikes, 2 outs. (2-0). Swung on and driven high in the air out to center. Judd on his way back will settle down right in front of the warning track. And Oscar Torres just didn't have enough oomph on that hit. Rams go 3 up, 3 down to the bottom of the second. It's 1-0 Tigers. Keegan Judd, 1 for 1. He'll lead off the top of the third. His Hiwassee College Tigers leading 1-0 over Alex Perkins. 3 hits on the day for Hiwassee so far. First pitch to Judd. Fastball that flies low and away, ball 1. So far on the day, Perkins has given up 3 hits and 1 run. That was earned, by the way. One of them was a double off of Josh Watson. 1-0. Judd takes a fastball high and in. Steps back 2-0. Judd watches another fastball go low and outside. 3 balls, no strikes. So for Keegan Judd, hitting .267, that'll help his average earlier. As the 3-0 notches in on the outside corner for the righty, strike 1. Had a little infield single that leaked down the first base line. Torres fielded, but nobody was there to cover. 3-1. Fastball right down Broadway, strike 2. It's after being down 3-0 in the count. Perkins has fought back. One of these Hiwassee College guys coming in with dyed blonde hair. Here's the payoff. Fastball outside. So Judd gets the walk after not swinging on any of those pitches. Reaches for the second time today, and here's Wes Sutton. Well, the clouds still rolling in right to left. Haven't seen the trees in bloom yet. It snowed 2 days ago. And I'm getting word now that it's supposed to snow tomorrow. Can't get enough of that stuff. Here's the pitch to Wes Sutton. Fastball outside corner. On the minor league team I'm supposed to be working with this summer, they had about 5 inches of snow yesterday. Had to cancel their game against the Trenton Thunder. That's up in Erie, Pennsylvania. They were shoveling it off this morning. They have a game at 3 o'clock. From the belt. Oh, pickoff move goes awry from Torres, and Judd will sprint to second base. Rounding second, on his way to third, and it's a 2-base throwing error. It was a good idea for a pickoff move from Alex Perkins, but it just sailed way far from that Torres glove. No balls and 1 strike to Wes Sutton. Sutton struck out swinging. Now he has a runner at third and no outs. Well, he saw Garrett Chili come into our press box right before the game, and he said if Bluefield lets the errors really pile up on him, as now the 0-1 comes in, a bunt just smacked down foul right behind Sutton. It's going to be tough for them to find a win today because Hiwassee will sneak up on you. Now Sutton steps in right side, a runner at third, no outs. Kick and the pitch. A slice foul right side. No balls, 2 strikes. Sutton awaits. Waving that bat to welcome the 0-2 pitch. Perkins delivers. Fastball flying high and away. Here's ball 1. Perkins has to worry about just that runner at third and Keegan Judd. And that was a huge throwing error because Judd has a lot of speed. And he got to third without even really trying. Big lead for Judd at third, about a quarter of the way down the base path. 1-2. Swung on, ground ball, second base side. Perez will just have to toss to first in time. And there's out number 1 with Judd coming in to score. It's already 2-0. That'll send up Tyler Hiwassee. Not the best start for Alex Perkins. Bluefield needs to bring the hitting back. So far hitless in 2 innings. First pitch, and the lefty watches the changeup fly right across the belt. Rams with the blue jerseys that say Bluefield across the front. Now the 0-1. And on the orthodox delivery, Perkins misses that time, low and away. white pants and the blue caps that say BC. Ball and a strike and 1 out. See some more fans coming in. Pitch. Hiwassee takes a high fastball. Hiwassee definitely not the shortest guy, standing in at 6'3", the redshirt junior from Flintstone, Georgia. 2-1. High pop up right field. Pretty much kissing the sky there. Meadows goes to the right. He'll make the catch for out number 2. 2 gone, 2-0 Hiwassee. Run scoring on the ground out from West Sutton. That brought in Keegan Judd. Here's Hogan Townsend. 0 for 1. He flew out to Meadows his last time. Pitch. Swinging a high drive. Deep left center. Ackerman on a sprint. He'll make the catch. Great play for the center fielder. Covering about 30 yards of ground right there, and he tracks it down to make the catch for the final out. A run scores, though, on no hits, 1 error, and nobody left on base. 2-0 Hiwassee headed to the bottom of the 3rd. Rams trail early here going into the bottom of the 3rd. Had a beautiful day for baseball at Bowen Field. Jordan Ackerman will lead it off against Bryson Morgan. Morgan so far has given up just 1 hit. Pitch. Bunt laid down by Ackerman. That sneaks on the shortstop side. Barehanded grab by Buck. And now Ackerman is at first. What a bunt there. That was pretty much a ground ball, a chopper. That was hard hit off the bat, and now he's on. Now Nick Meadows will step up to the plate on the right side. Base runner for Bluefield. And Ackerman, another bunt showing. So Bluefield going with the small ball approach here. Ackerman second on the team in stolen bases and second on the team in average as well. 1 ball, no strikes. Mike White giving some commands to cross the diamond to Jordan Ackerman. Takes a big lead at first. Meadows starting to heat up. He has a .250 average. And a pickoff lobbed over to first. Cummings set. Morgan deals. Ackerman goes, and Meadows just couldn't get the hit and run to fly. Ball and a strike as the foul ball skies over the backstop, out of play. Didn't get to say this earlier, but Bryson Morgan had a pretty decent year on the mound for Hiwassee. A .227 average, 4-1 on the season. This is his 7th start. 31 2/3 innings, 22 hits, 10 runs, 8 of them earned, 9 walks and 18 strikeouts. Another lob to first base. Ackerman dances back to the bag. Meadows digs in right side, that front foot up. Another pickoff attempt, and if Ackerman, if he gets into the head of a pitcher, they're not going to let up. Morgan, the freshman. Another pickoff attempted. Boy, Jordan Ackerman has really gotten into the pitcher's head. Meadows on the right side, and Ackerman can get back to first because he can see the pickoff attempt from a mile away. As the bunt is laid down, first base side, picked up there, and Hiwassee lays down the tag for out number 1. Meanwhile, Ackerman gets into scoring position, and Nick Meadows gets the job done. A little talk from Garrett Schilling, and Bluefield was trying to get on base there with the bunt, it seemed like. Here comes Caleb Wood. Caleb Wood, coming from New Mexico, now has stepped up in the DH role after a couple of big base hits yesterday. First pitch. Taking on a fastball right across his knees. There's strike 1. Joseph Cardona, the freshman, couldn't really get it done yesterday. A couple of pop-outs, and then Wood came in and sparked something for the Rams. 0-1. Swing and a miss. Pitch in the dirt, bouncing off of Rathbone, and Ackerman will just jog back to the bag. No balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Rams looking to at least cut the lead in half. Bailey Castro on deck with 1 out. The first time Bluefield's had a runner in scoring position in today. It's the bottom of the 3rd, 2-0. Pitch. Swinging a foul ball, just rocketing back, hitting the concourse hard. No balls, 2 strikes to Caleb Wood. Wood in the following weeks has been a prime choice for the courtesy runner for Jordan Jackson. He's ran the bases well. Count it, no balls, 2 strikes. Offer to Wood. Takes a fastball high and away. Pitch. Swing and a miss at a pitch in the dirt. Wood will try to run it out to first. He'll get there. Ackerman on his way to third, and the productive base running works out. So a strikeout, number 2 for Bryson Morgan, and Bluefield will go right back to the top of the lineup with Bailey Castro. Pitch to Castro, swinging a foul ball right to Rathbone. Last time the shortstop lined it right out to Hogan Townsend at second base. Pitch. Curveball in the dirt. Ball and a strike, Ackerman on with a bunt single that really shocked Hiwassee. Got to second on the sacrifice bunt, now at third after the strikeout in the dirt. 1-1. Swung on and missed. Strike 2. Castro off balance there. Danced right on top of home plate. It's Bryson Morgan, after about 4 pickoff attempts when Ackerman was at first, takes a long stare at Ackerman at third again. Rams just with 2 hits. 1-2. Fastball high and outside. Count evens, 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2-0, Hiwassee already leading. Morgan nodding into his catcher. Long kick, pitch. Fastball high and outside. Freshman trying to push the pace along with the runner over at third base and Ackerman. A full count. Kicks, payoff. Swung on and skied out to center field. Judd finds it. Makes the catch looking in the blue sky, and Ackerman is left at third base. Rams, after that opening single, failed to score Ackerman, and it's 2-0 Hiwassee. Kyle Harris now on the mound after just 3 innings of Alex Perkins as we head to the top of the 4th in this 7-inning game. Bluefield trails 2-0. Once again, to lead it off, Josh Watson. He is one of the 2 runs scored for Hiwassee today. Snuck a double down the third baseline. That was about an inch fair past the dive of Espinal. Pitch, and he fouls it off his body, and Watson will have to gimp that one out. Harris also working well in his last few appearances for Bluefield, a 5.08 ERA. 3-3 win-loss record. Now making his 11th appearance on the mound for Bluefield. 33 2/3, 44 hits, 28 runs, 19 of them earned. 16 walks and 19 strikeouts. 0-1. Swinging a chopper towards short. Confident scoop by Castro, and he couldn't keep it in the glove. There's an E6. Watson goes over to first base, and you think about it for Bailey Castro, probably should have waited back on that ball. Watson not the fastest base runner, so he could have let it come to him a little bit. Got an 0-1. Harris with the wind blowing right behind him. Here's Zach Cole, the third baseman. Quick pitch. Swung on and popped up first base side. Foul territory. Torres finding it towards the dugout, and he makes the catch. So Cole swings at the first pitch, and now he's out. Brandon Buck steps to the plate. He has an RBI. Other RBI going to Wes Sutton on a ground out to second in the 3rd inning. Here's Buck with a runner at first. 2 errors today for Bluefield. Fastball goes hot, low, and outside, but called a strike anyway. Rams had 4 errors in the 10-9 win against Emory and Henry, but Bluefield led that game 9-2 going into the 7th inning. Shadows rolling, the pitch in the dirt. Jackson doing a good job of keeping that alive. Really the big error in the game yesterday against Emory and Henry was when Caleb Newman tried to turn to the pitcher, and he just sailed that throw into center field. 2-0, hit on a line into left field, a base hit for Brandon Buck. He's 2 for 2. Moves Watson over to second. That'll bring up the lefty and Tyler Maroney. He walked Now 2 runners aboard and 1 out. Espinal playing even with the bag at third base. Sun right over the middle of the field. Beautiful day. Hiwassee College looking for at least a game 1 upset. On the pitch. Fastball across the middle. Strike 1. These teams played against each other last year in the Mideast Regional in the NCCAA tournament. Some bad blood between these teams, with Bluefield enjoying the weather today as opposed to the last time they played against Hiwassee. 0-1 is flared out to short center. Castro charging back, and it drops in for a base hit. Throwing to third, Espinal wasn't ready. It'll leak towards the dugout, but Watson didn't have a good enough jump. So Watson stays at third. Buck moves to second, and Maroney loads up the bases with the single.
Let's go, Chase.
That'll bring up the 9-hitter, Chase Rathbone. Boy, Bluefield could use a double play right here with 1 out. Just in the top of the 4th, it's 2-0. Rathbone coming from Whitville, trying to do it against a team that's a little bit closer to his hometown. Pitch. Swung on and served out to center field. That'll drop in for a base hit. Watson will score. Buck on his horse to home. Throw cut off by Torres, and he bobbles it in the grass. And it's a 2 RBI double for Rathbone.
2 run, bud.
Now it's 4-0 Hiwassee. And now it looks like a courtesy runner will come in for the catcher. Well, it's 4-0. Not a great start for Trey Brooks, and that error looking worse. Bluefield has the infield in now with 2 runners in scoring position and just 1 out. Now the pitch just a bit outside to Keegan Judd. 1 ball, no strikes, 1 out. Rams just looking asleep so far in this one. Got to get the hits going. Hiwassee has been able to do that against both Bluefield pitchers. 1-0 drops outside and low. 2 balls, no strikes. Looking around, quick kick, and the pitch fouled away. Harris wind up not exactly as deliberate as the starter in this one, Alex Perkins. Kicks that left foot, his lead foot, just about a couple inches off the ground and fires home. Judd has reached twice today. Scored a run. He has a single as well, 1 for 1 with a walk, 2-1. Change up outside and low, 3 balls and 1 strike. 4-0 in favor of Hiwassee. And a 3-1 count. Kyle Harris in danger of loading the bases. 3-1. Swung on and grounded up the middle. Another base hit. Maroney will score. Throw to the plate, and that's a 2 RBI single. Already 6-0 Hiwassee. Runner representing Rathbone comes in, and Judd brings in a couple of runs. Now 2 for 2, the center fielder. Rams now have the possibility of the double play once again, but at the damage of being down 6-0. This is just kind of that hangover from yesterday's game right at the end where Emery and Henry just jumped on Bluefield. Rams only ended up winning that game by 1 run after leading by as much as 7. And the first pitch to Wes Sutton flies high. He's 0 for 2 with an RBI. One ball, no strikes, 1 out. Sutton batting right-handed, a first runner at first. That pitch is lined into left. McGee chasing towards the line will make the catch. There's out number 2 as Judd tracks back to first. Here's the 8th batter of the inning, Tyler Hiwassee. That should be out number 3 if Bailey Castro makes that play to start out the inning. That's the 3rd out. Here comes Tyler Hiwassee. As he's 0 for 2, runner goes, swung on and popped high in the air out to right center. Ackerman just walks in, he'll jump to make the catch. 4-run score on a few hits and one big error. It's now 6-0 Hiwassee headed to the bottom of the fourth in this 7-inning contest. Rams down in a 6-0 hole into the bottom of the fourth, trying to come back with a 2-3-4 against Bryson Morgan. Here comes Jose Perez, 1 for 1 with the single, but then he was caught stealing. First pitch, and Perez watches the fastball fly outside, ball 1. 4 runs going across in the top of the fourth for Hiwassee, all starting after that error from Bailey Castro. Rams just with 2 hits on the day, Perez being one of them. Strides into that one and it goes low. 2 balls, no strikes. Morgan, the lefty, working to the lefty. Lefty delivers. Rocket into center field. Base hit for Jose Perez. After the loud ting of the aluminum bat, Perez will go to first, and here comes Joshua McGee. McGee struck out swinging to end the bottom of the first inning. Hit his 13th home run yesterday, and Bluefield sure could use a few of those, being down 6-0 already in the bottom of the fourth. It was the first inning of work for Kyle Harris, and he gave up 4 runs after Perkins surrendered 2. Morgan looks at Perez, the pitch, and the off-speed creeps inside on the righty. 1 ball and no strikes. He with that brand new yellow bat trying to bring in Jose Perez. Pitch swung on and hit softly on the ground to short. Buck bobbles it, throw to second in time, and he's trying to turn 2, can't get it. So Buck, if he fields that one cleanly, that's a 6-4-3 double play, but McGee still making it tough as he gets on with the fielder's choice. Marcus Espinal steps up to the plate, grounding out to second his last time. Rams remain with just 2 hits, a runner at first being down 6-0. Pitch. Been outside. 1 ball, no strikes. The Rams just falling down early, and it's going to be tough to come back down 6-0 with just 3 innings left to play. 1-0. Swing and a miss, strike 1. And the momentum just certainly not there at all. Hiwassee coming in with a ton of energy, just batting off of everything Bluefield has thrown at them. Lead for McGee at first, and throw over there from Morgan, not in time. Rams have relied predominantly on the hitting throughout the year. The pitching has just came secondary, being one of the best offensive teams to start out in the NAIA. And the slow motion pickoff attempt at first base comes up to no avail again. If that hit falls dormant for Bluefield, it's going to be tough to win ball games. 1-1. Swung on, popped up, first base side, falling down quickly, and it'll drop right on top of the dugout. There's strike two, a ball and 2 strikes. Got another game right after this, another 7-inning contest. Probably around a half an hour after this end of game 1. Now it looks like somebody's hurt. Hiwassee tried to slide to get that one, and the ball bounced about an inch onto the dugout. Bluefield's athletic trainer trying to talk it over with him, and Hiwassee gets up confidently, just trying to limp this one off. It was an awkward slide. Fell on his behind pretty hard. Ball and 2 strikes and 1 out as Hiwassee gets back to the bag. Garrett Chillen just making sure he's okay, and he is. Happy to have you here on the Rams Digital Sports Network. Bluefield looking for a couple of midweek wins. We get most of our viewers here on the Rams Digital Sports Network in these midweek games. A lot of fans not being able to make it out on the weekend. About 5 fans in attendance today. Another pickoff move. Not in time. The 1-2. Espinal swings and skies it out to left. Sutton tracking towards foul territory. He'll make the catch about 5 feet fair. McGee will have to race all the way back to the bag at first, and it gets there. So a little bit more wind blowing that ball out, and Espinal has his 4th home run of the year, but Mother Nature just not favoring that fly ball. 2 outs now for Jordan Jackson. He's also 0 for 1. He grounded out to second his last time. Sun going down, a quick pickoff to first. McGee gets right back to the bag. Boy, Morgan has already tried about 8 pickoff moves today, and he has not gotten close. Jackson swinging hard. Pitch. Fastball across those Bluefield letters, strike 1. Boy, last week in that Friday game against Montreat, when he was catching, someone fouled it off and hit him right in the right hand. That swelled up very fast, the 0-1. Another fastball going high and outside. Since then, he seems to be okay. Ball and a strike to Jackson. McGee on at first with a fielder's choice. Jose Perez got on with his single. 1-1. Change up right down Broadway, strike 2. So the wind still flowing out towards left field. Jordan Jackson trying to send a charge into 1. McGee staying at first base. Bryson Morgan trying to go 4 straight innings scoreless. It's 6-0. The pitch in the dirt. There's ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Rams just with 3 hits today. Jose Perez, 2 of them, and they're down 6-0. Those 2 errors also creeping up on Bluefield. Perkins' throwing error and Bailey Castro's fielding error over at short. Small lead for McGee with 2 outs. Now the 2-2 to Castro. Swing and a foul tip, glove by Rathbone, strike 3. And Morgan has his 3rd strikeout of the afternoon. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, and McGee left at first base. It's 6-0 Hiwassee headed to the 5th inning. Welcome back to Bluefield, everybody. Said Castro struck out there. It's actually Jordan Jackson. And the first pitch of the inning by Harris is lined straight up the middle from Hogan Townsend. His first base hit of the afternoon. Townsend with a healthy run over at first, and now he'll go back to the bag with an opening single. Make that the fourth straight inning where Hiwassee has put their leadoff man on. Every time they've done that, that person has been able to score. Here comes Josh Watson. 1 for 2 with the double and 2 runs scored. Pitch. Watson, that hefty frame, watches the fastball drop low. Well, for Harris, that start for him, or the start in the game, I should say, didn't get off to the best beginning after Bailey Castro's error, and then after that 4-run score in the top of the fourth. Pitch. Watson chops it left side. Castro fields. No throw at second. Goes to first, and he records the out. Hogan Townsend getting to second. He had a big jump. 6-0 Hiwassee. We're in the top of the fifth. And here comes Zach Cole. He's 0 for 1. Last time he popped out to Oscar Torres. Also has a sacrifice bunt. Pitch. Swinging a high fastball, fouled right back. No balls, 1 strike and 1 out. Six nothing already. The score, Bluefield with a long hill to climb and just 3 innings to hit. Pitch showing, but it's slapped down the third baseline. Fielded by Espinal. Throw to first. Tag is there. He's out. That was close. Torres jumped up. It was not a great throw from Marcus Espinal, and the first baseman had the wherewithal to catch it and lay the tag down on Zach Cole. Meanwhile, the sacrifice works, though. Townsend moves to third base with 2 outs. Brandon Buck up to the plate. 2 for 2, an RBI and a run scored. Pitch. Fastball on the outside corner, strike 1. Wind still blowing out towards left field. And Bluefield playing in an early game today had this pushed up because of that Coppinger tournament. As the 0-1 bounces away from Jackson, here comes Townsend and a run scores. It's 7-0 after the wild pitch. Make that the 4th straight inning where the leadoff man not only gets on but scores. Seven nothing in favor of Hiwassee, and this has really gone by the wayside. The pitch swung on, chopped down the left field line and foul. 1 ball, 2. A ball. Scores on 1.